So, welcome, Rohan. Thanks for joining today. And
Hello.
yeah, hello. So, before we get started, before talking about open source, everything and engineering and conversations are about the community, everything. I would love to know about yourself beyond your LinkedIn profile and how was your college journey started, everything.
Yeah, so I basically jumped out of Bihar after my 12th and started with some random college in like Delhi or Greater Noida and some sort of that place. And yeah, over there I sort of started with coding and engineering and I was actually interested in the subjects that were being taught in college, right? So that actually, took me to read more about tech and engineering and softwares and hardwares, how computer works actually, and all of that thing. So yeah, from the first semester itself, I started with Java and kept working on it. I also did Android development for some months, like few months, and then I shifted my focus to Golang and cloud and DevOps, that space completely. Yeah, that's how my journey started, and yeah, college life was pretty good, man.
Okay.
Really fun.
So you have explored everything, right? You are explored Android, cloud, everything you explored in your college days, right?
Yep, I did.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. And are you really interested in software development, or there is some peer pressure in your college, something like that? Like, how was your journey into this tech world started?
No, as I said that from starting itself, I was very interested in tech and softwares and hardwares. While I was in my drop period when I was preparing for JEE, I was, doing some coding in Java. I started with Java at that time, and then I took it forward
Okay.
to, yeah,
Okay. Before college, you started doing Java.
yeah.
Oh, that's really same kind of thing. Like even I started doing Java before my college. When I just wrote my CT exam, like in Maharashtra, we have to wrote that CT examination, which is a state level. So once I completed that exam, I started learning about Java development. So
Yeah,
that's
Java is pretty good
same
language,
kind.
man. I mean, it allows you a lot of freedom that you can do
Yeah.
a lot with. Yeah, I took it forward to my first semester, second semester, then I started Android development. I started learning more about Kotlin. I shifted my focus from Java to Kotlin. I did it for like few months, and then I felt that building UI and kind of UX for users is not my forte. And then I shifted my focus to backend.
Yeah. So, what do you think about colleges in India today, right? Like there are many opportunities in open source field or anything apart from academics in India. What do you think that colleges are missing today? It can be anything like the colleges should teach students apart from academics.
I believe, man, I'm not at a level that I can answer this question like directly, but I can talk it from my experience, what I have experienced in my college. So my college, so definitely, sort of they didn't had infra, they didn't had exposure to a lot of things like updated tech and all of that shit. Their curriculum is very 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 old. Like things that they're you know teaching to the students is kind of outdated. It's not at a level that it can help you in industry, right? They are not even aware of like Golang. What is Golang? Right? They are not aware of Kotlin. Even if they are aware of Android development, they are not. They might be aware of XML and Java. They might not be aware of Kotlin and Jetpack Compose, right? So uh, they are kind of outdated. Basically, that's the summary of thing. And if the problem is that they have very closed mindset and Even if you are trying to get them into the same boat, right, that you are trying to update them, they will say that, oh, you know more than me. No, it's not possible. You. So yeah, I mean, they need to
Yes,
update themselves.
yes,
They need to update themselves for sure, man.
yes, yes.
Yep.
And I love that you are interested in talking about engineering and the communities we have. So, what is engineering means to you?
Man, engineering to me is like learning foundation and building something extraordinary, credible enough that it can help million of people, walking every single day in different part of world. If you will see, let's like pick a very niche engineering, like software engineering itself. If you will see there, like the connection is like massive, right? You are here sitting in Mumbai. I'm sitting in Bangalore. We still can like talk our ideas real time, right? This is the real
Yes,
impact of engineering. People who made it learned basic, right, foundation things, ABCD 1 2 3 4, and from there they brought this thing where you can real time share your ideas, right? Do lot of things. uh, you are here sitting at your home, and you can order your food, your meal, and it will reach you in like 40 minutes sitting at home. So this is the power that actually engineering gives you, to sort of bring your ideas into the paper and then build something out of it.
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what
Everything is
engineering
fun
means to
in
me,
this
man. I
era.
mean,
And what do you think about communities? What do you think about communities? Did communities really help as a developer to grow? We have many communities, right? And in open source, we work as a community, right? So is it really helpful to, in the community
yeah,
to
communities
grow
help,
as a
man.
developer?
I mean, not as a developer, but community helps in in general, right? Whatever you're planning to do, whatever you're planning to work in, whatever you're planning to learn, for example, you need people around you with the same mindset, who has worked in that domain, who has worked in that skill, or in the same place, and you need their guidance in real, right? You can't actually go to the internet and take guidance, because even to ask good questions you need to have context around that, right? And that context is something which is being built by senior folks who has done something in that domain, something in that space, right? So that's why joining community and being in a community is very important for anyone, any developer, anyone in any domain. They should join the community to learn things, to get the context of what is around their, what is after their range of thoughts, right? There used to be so many things that you can't even think of. How can you answer, I mean, ask questions around that? You can't, right? But when you observe people, when you observe those folks who have been into that industry, who have been into that domain for so long now and doing like crazy shit, you observe them, you ask right questions, that bro, how did you do that, right? And then they kind of tell you their side of thing, right? Something which is out of your context window. So yeah, this is how community helps you, man. I mean, they help you learn, they help you grow, they help you ask good questions and stay stable. You can put your questions which is really immediate, and people will help you out. So these are few perks that is there
Yeah.
on the community.
Yes,
Yeah.
and even I believe in building in public. If someone is building anything, just share it on LinkedIn or share it on Twitter, right? And even creating content helps us to grow, right? Like
Yep.
the thing which we are doing right now.
Yeah. Agreed.
And recently started creating content on YouTube and Instagram to just grow as a developer, not just writing code, explore everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And also let's start about talk about open source. So have you first heard about open source? did you know before the college, or when you enter into you know about open source, and from which platform or from which resources you know about open source kind of thing?
Man, about open source, it was out there always, but when I got to know it after my second semester. So I basically started exploring GSoC and many more other opportunities which were there. And then I started with the Anki Droid itself, I believe. No, not Anki Droid. I started with Check Style, which is a Java-based plugin project.
So let's talk about open source, like how you started your, how you know about open source kind of thing is exist and yes,
Yeah, open source was there from so long, and when I knew about it as after my second semester, when I started looking for opportunities like GSoC. So I started with check style and uh, yeah, I started with check style. I was contributing, but I was contributing with the goal in my mind that I need to get selected in GSoC. With that, I'll get some bucks with with me, and then I can do anything that I want, right? Very limited mindset was there.
yes,
But eventually, I kept on contributing till the time my mindset was that I was not getting selected into GSoC. I was not getting selected into LFX, anything for that matter. But then eventually something happened. Like after my brother got into LFX, I started exploring the same with the same mindset that I need some bugs and I'll get to work on some project and all of that. I'll get exposure. I'll get good thing to write on my resume and all of that shit. But eventually, I started to fall in love with the way Kyverno was written, right? The way it was working, the way it was integrated into the Kubernetes infrastructure, the way it was enforcing policies, all of that. And the in the back end, the algorithm that was written to kind of do decision making and all of that actually made me interest and fall in love with that project itself, right? And yeah, that was the time which changed my mindset completely. Then I started to actually leverage the open source community actually, right? Before that, what I was doing is that I had some question, I go there, I ask questions, and people help me out. But after that event, I actually started to ask good questions, first of all, related to the algorithm which was written, related to the code base, related to the different aspects of the project. Apart from that, I actually started helping people out, right? Because I had idea about how things are working, right? How things are there and all of that. So yeah, that's when I realized that, okay, this is what community is for. You take something, then you give back, this give and take keeps on happening. That's how community works.
yes.
Yep.
I mean, you started for getting bugs and all, and then you fell in love with the process of, you know, how open source communities works and all, right?
Yep, yep. You start not
Yes,
you do not start with fixing bugs. You start with writing test cases, like unit tests
yes,
and all. You start with fixing
yes, yes.
documentations, right? And then you
I know as
eventually,
first.
yeah, and then you eventually go to the bug fixing, and because you don't have context around the code base that how things are working internally, why that design decision was taken, which was taken already, right? You need to have context around it, and that is something which you'll build with time when you are staying active in the community and
Yes,
talking to the people. They will let you know in ideas and
yes.
words, not exactly indirectly, but eventually you will get to know about it. Yeah.
And yes, and when we heard about open source, so many of us, even I, when I was new to open source, I only know about the GSoC kind of thing. But
Yep.
there are a hell lot of opportunities are there, like LFX, Google Season of Dogs, and MLH Fellowship. Like there are many opportunities. Like we are missing when, like I have some regrets when I was in my college. Like I have to explore many other programs like GitHub Campus Expert program is also there, which is for only college students.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't, when I was in my college, I didn't know about this opportunity. Uh, do you have any regret in college? Like this is something which I have to do in my college, but I missed this out. Any opportunity? you know?
No, man, I don't have any regret because it's good if you're not falling for opportunities in general. Uh,
Okay,
what I think is that your mindset should be if you found your love, stop there, right? There's no point to
okay,
actually look for other things after you have found something that you actually like, right? So I started with GSoC. I never understood that check style project. Then I moved to Anki Droid. To be honest, I never understood that project as well, that why that exists.
okay.
Uh, there might have some reason because that project is being
Yes,
built
yes,
from so long now, so there might have been reason for that. But what I got interested in is infra, right? Is in backend because I was able to see things, how things are working, how each piece is written, why it is written, the whole concept of microservices clicked in. वो सब चीजें. Wait, we wanted to keep it in Hindi, right?
uh, both works, right? Like we can talk in
Okay.
English also,
Yeah,
दोनों चलेगा,
so
ऐसा कुछ नहीं.
okay. तो वही है कि मतलब वो सब क्लिक करा भाई and then eventually it happened. तो there was no point to move forward after that. Like you have to get stable after some point of time if you have understood something. So yeah,
हम्म.
what was your question in starting again?
यही था कि मतलब, हाँ मतलब कि कुछ रिग्रेट्स था कि नहीं.
There
और
was no
मतलब आई
regret,
मीन
man,
नॉट.
as such, because
हाँ.
there are a lot of opportunities. You can
हम्म.
explore even after going to call, even after college or after getting a job. For example, GSoC is there, right? If you have not selected in GSoC in your college days or while doing job, then you can explore later as well, right? But there's no point if you understood the concept of community and open source thing.
यस, यस.
Yeah, it will just matter till that time. Otherwise, if you're doing it for some bucks, then it's up to you. It's your mindset. We can't help it, man.
यस, इवन लाइक मैंने भी मतलब वही, हर एक मतलब एज अ कॉलेज स्टूडेंट, इट्स अ बिग अमाउंट, राइट? यू नो,
Okay.
$1,500 or $300. So everyone wants to, get selected only for money. But eventually, when you start contributing and when you get to know like how open source communities work, you fell in love with the process,
Yep.
right? So that's how even I have, started for money only.
Man,
So
it's
eventually,
not at all a
yeah,
bad idea. I would support this idea because in colleges, we middle class people, only thing that we think about is
yes,
money from first thing.
yes,
But
for
if
sure.
you are eventually doing good, right? Like you are doing good. You started for money, but now you are a mentor at some project, right? So
Yes,
eventually, what drives you, that's fine. But what you're doing is something that matters, right?
yeah,
For me as well, it was money. It drove me. It was driving me when I was in college, right? But where I reached is something that matters and is what community is all about. Like, yeah. I even talked about the same thing with my LFX mentor, Charles. He asked me to write some blog on my experiences with LFX to post it from the CNCF website. I wrote it and then I mentioned one place that I started in LFX for money, for some bucks. And he was like making joke on it that do you really are you really interested in money and all? I said, yeah, I am. Why not, bro? Everyone is. There's no point of like hiding things that no, you have to be moral and you don't have to fall for money. You should not fall for money after some point of time, but if you're starting and money is the, you know, most
biggest
important,
thing.
yeah, most important thing that you will have to kind of achieve in when you are like hustling for job and all. And that matters. There's no wrong thing in that. It's good. But हाँ मतलब उसके बाद कैसे कर रहे हो आगे बढ़ा रहे हो है ना कम्युनिटी में कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हो दैट मैटर्स मोर देन मनी आफ्टर दैट.
यस, यस. आई मीन पहले पैसे बनाओ, बाद में जिसमें तुम्हें इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है, या फिर मजे के लिए काम करो, पैसे के लिए नहीं,
एग्जैक्टली
बाद में.
एग्जैक्टली.
या.
एग्जैक्टली भाई. पैसे बनाओ.
So yes. And one more thing, like people who are starting, who wants to start open source, the biggest biggest step is, choosing the right project for them.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to GSoC, I have some, set of parameters to consider how to choose organization. The first thing is like according to your tech stack, check whether the organization is active or not, and check how frequently the organization is participating in GSoC or not, and yeah, check all these things. And but I recently started exploring LFX things. There are a hell lot of projects out there. I I sometimes overwhelmed about that. Even the tech stack they are using is not something which I have done earlier. Uh, like everyone does in college, everyone does web development or Android development, and mostly some people don't do machine learning anything. For someone who are from this background, like the web development or Android development, how can someone choose the best project for in Linux environment, CNCF projects or kind of
Hmm.
things?
Hmm. Basically, man, in
And
CNCF, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
is there anything prerequisite which we should learn before getting into Linux Foundation projects or GSoC projects?
So in CNCF landscape, there are a lot of projects, as you mentioned, that people can go crazy and overwhelmed when seeing that long landscape, and they'll be like, "Bro, I don't want to contribute and all." That's fine. It happens for the first glance, but what I would suggest you is that before getting into CNCF, because those projects are like not like normal CRUD operations, right? Those projects exist there because they are supporting some infra. So you have to understand that infra first. For example, Kyverno that I contributed for exists there because there is a problem in some infra for policy enforcement which exist, right? And Kyverno is solving that. So Kyverno is not an independent project, first of all. It is dependent on Kubernetes, right? It is dependent on clusters. It is dependent on some other infrastructure thing, right? So before understanding that infrastructure, I would say that start with basic development, like web development or Android development, as you guys are doing, right? And then eventually you will have to think about this that okay, I'm building some application, I'm writing code for it, I'm testing it, that's fine. But to serve that application so that million of users can use that application at the same time, you need to deploy it somewhere. From there, you'll get to know that, okay, to deploy, you need an infra, right? Perfect infra for that. You'll use some cloud, you'll use on-prem server or whatever. So when you understand that, then you will grill down and you will start to understanding the problems that those projects are solving, right? For example, you started with your infra and now you want to enforce some policies that, okay, whatever resources being deployed in the infra should have a specific memory limit, for example, right? So for that to enforce that thing, to set that standard in your infra, you will write some policies and Kyverno helps you there. So that is how you will understand the scope of the project, the goal behind it, and then you can go and read about their architecture, how it is written, and how it is working, how it is getting integrated. So this is how the whole process works of learning and exploring things. About project, like how to pick your project, that depends on person to person who is interested in what part of computer, like computer thing. For example, if you are more into networking, service mesh, right? Network level concepts, I won't suggest you to go with the Kyverno. I would suggest you to go with Jaeger, or I would suggest you to go with some service mesh solution, right? Which is there. I can't name you one here, but there is one. And apart from that, if you are interested in enforcement, policy enforcement, engine, controllers, I would suggest you to go explore Kyverno because that is how it is written, right? So it depends on person to person, interests to interest, but that interest will not come out immediately. It will come out after you are exploring infra side. Then you will get to able to understand that what interests me because now you have context around it, right? So that's how I picked my project. I'm not sure if any other shortcut is there, right? But yeah, this is
Yeah, so
the process.
you simply means that explore as much as you can in Linux. Anything, before picking project, explore as much as you can, and eventually you will get to know which in which project you are interested in. Like and Kyverno चूज करने से पहले तुमने और बाकी प्रोजेक्ट्स एक्सप्लोर किए कि ये आपका फर्स्ट प्रोजेक्ट?
No, I started with Prometheus. Then I shifted to Jaeger. There's Jaeger. Then I shifted to KCL.
ओके.
Then I shifted to Kyverno.
ओके, सो
Yeah.
या 4 to 5 प्रोजेक्ट्स में कंट्रीब्यूशन किए बाद में
Yeah.
आपको
Contribution has been
उसमें
basic,
मजा.
like test cases, documentation
हाँ.
fixes. I was more into understanding those projects for first before actual contributions. So I was just fixing few things, basic things, and as well as parallelly, I was also sort of reading about the project, that what it solves. And then nothing interested me that much. And Kyverno does. Kyverno did. So I started with Kyverno.
या.
Moreover, man, community in Kyverno was really good. Everyone out there, maintainers, community head, everyone was really good. Jim Bagwadia, if you know, CEO of Nirmata, and like head maintainer at Kyverno. When I applied to the LFX for first time, and I was not selected from Kyverno, so he messaged me like directly on Slack that man,
सीईओ मैसेज रही हो.
huh?
सीईओ मैसेज रही हो.
See you
सीईओ
what?
मैसेज रही हो, राइट?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, Jim Bagwadia. And he was like, hey, your contributions are like really great. Uh, I mean, your contribution stood out in between so many people. But we had like limited number of seats, so we can't kind of accept you. But keep on contributing, it helps. Then I got the idea that okay, contributions are being reviewed, right? Right? People are kind of recognizing me. That and like so many people, he picked you to message and all. I'm not sure if he messaged other folks as well, but he messaged me. So I thought like that. Okay, my contributions at least are getting recognized. That people are reaching out to me. That motivated me to kind of attempt one more chance in LFX, and then I did, and I got selected. So yeah, that's how it happened.
And what about the timeline of LFX mentorship? Like,
Man, LFX mentorship happens thrice a year.
okay.
Yeah, winter, summer, and one more is there. I forgot. So thrice a year, and for 3 or 2.5 months, you'll have to work on a specific project that you got selected for. Sometimes it happens that it takes less time. Sometimes it happens that it takes more than 3 months, right? But yeah, somewhere around that, like 2.5 to 3 months, and for that they pay you like $3,000 or something, which is like
Okay.
crazy for Indian folks.
Yeah, that's crazy. And is it similar to GSoC process? Like in GSoC, we choose
So
organization
GSoC is
and
like more,
organize.
yeah, that basic overview is like similar. You pick
You
organizations.
know, like similarly, we need to make a proposal on the particular project idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it similar kind of
Yeah,
thing?
that's how it works. Rather than writing a proposal, you'll have to write a cover letter for LFX, where you will explain what will you be doing and for that project and how,
Yeah,
yeah, that's how things work.
yeah. I mean, similar kind of process is there for both
Yeah, but GSoC is
mentorship
little
program.
more vast. You will have to cover a lot of things in GSoC. For LFX, it's little like chill. Sometimes people get selected for no reason, like But yeah, some
आई मीन
people,
कंपटीशन ज्यादा नहीं है ऐसा ना?
हाँ
कंपटीशन
कंपटीशन,
है कि मतलब कंपटीशन ज्यादा नहीं है?
हाँ कंपटीशन ज्यादा नहीं है। सही।
अच्छा, अगर जैसे अभी कोई स्टार्ट करना चाहता है मतलब LFX कंट्रीब्यूशंस, तो कितने मंथ्स पहले स्टार्ट करना चाहिए? लाइक आपने जैसे बोला कि थ्राइस अ ईयर होता है LFX मेंटरशिप।
हम्म।
सो आप अगर कोई स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं तो कब स्टार्ट करना चाहिए?
Man, there is no hard and
बिफोर
fast rule for
द
it.
पीरियड?
There's no hard and fast rule for it. It's just that how aligned are you to that project. I'm just talking from selection point of view. If you want to be selected, it only matters that how aligned are you with that project. That's it. It does not matter that if you're contributing for like 3 months or 2 months, then only you'll be selected. No, even if you haven't contributed and you are like the cover letter that you have written and anything that you have done to apply into that project, and people actually find you kind of interesting and capable of that project, then they will select you. It depends on how aligned are you. But I would not suggest anyone to kind of, contribute in any organization for that goal to get selected in LFX, because it does not matter, man. You'll get 3000K, but after that, what? There's no point of doing such things, right? I have seen so many times that people go open spammy PRs and it really fucks your mood. It does. As a maintainer, what you want to see is that good PRs, good contributors, they also want to talk to good contributors to get ideas in their mind about the next project that they are working on. So they are getting inspired by you. And then you are like opening a spammy PR of something random that you don't have any idea about using AI or whatever. Then that is something which ruins everything, bro.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Like the reason why I asked this question, like many, like in my DMs, you know, people ask me like,
Yeah,
when should I start preparing for GSoC?
yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
India, people took GSoC as a competitive thing,
Yep.
and even as a mentor, as a reviewer at Android, even I get spammy PRs and all. And जैसे आपने बोला कि मैटर करता नहीं कि तुम कितने पहले से कंट्रीब्यूशन कर रहे हैं, इवन दैट्स ट्रू। इवन इन आर केस, व्हाइल रिव्यूइंग प्रपोजल्स, एक एक कंट्रीब्यूटर ने बिल्कुल कुछ कंट्रीब्यूशन कुछ नहीं किया, लेकिन उनका प्रपोजल इतना स्ट्रांग था कि हमने सिलेक्ट किया। मतलब उनका मतलब प्रीवियस कंट्रीब्यूशन कुछ नहीं थे, लेकिन प्रपोजल ही इतना स्ट्रांग था कि पूरा टेक्निकल नॉलेज भी उनके पास, तो हमने उनको ही लिया, सिलेक्ट किया। So it doesn't matter when you start. The only thing which matters, how good your proposal is.
Yep. How aligned are you with that project?
So one last question about have you got a full-time offer while being contributing in the same project, Kyverno? Like how that transition happens, how that process, or is there any internal interview happened before, getting into a full-time offer?
Yeah, transition happened because they already knew my work. They knew my capability of work. And what I started as an intern at Nirmata. So I interned there for like 3, 4 months and then I got converted full time. Uh, but but yeah, I mean, wait a minute. But yeah, mostly mostly it happened because I had an edge of knowing the product that they have, right? Kyverno. So I already had an idea about how things are working over there. I had contributions. I was an LFX mentee for that project. I worked with two of their engineers like Charles and Frank. Those were my mentors. And after third round, I still remember they asked Charles and Frank that how this guy works and what is the quality of work and all of that. And they kind of gave the positive review about, positive feedback about me. So it happened. Three rounds happened, and then I got selected.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how and so far going so good at Nirmata, man. I mean, it's a really good company. It's fine. I mean, I think Accenture is
Yeah,
also
that's great.
yeah, Accenture is also a client of Nirmata for something, some project in 4K and all.
Okay, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks a lot, Rohan, for joining today and
Yep.
giving your, insightful experiences to the audience who are watching this video.
Pleasure, bro.
And yeah,